persons, welcome back to Riley Snaps. I am Riley, and today I wanted to talk to you about the Enneagram 4 in stress. I have been studying the Enneagram for over a year now. I have so many notes, and I am very passionate about helping you have personal growth, and hopefully this will sort of give you a format to just hopefully you can use the Enneagram to your advantage as much as I have. It has helped me become aware of my flaws and also aware of my strengths. So it has, it's just been helpful. So I do want to say our Heavenly Father is the one that comes in and brings these growth. The Enneagram is a tool. I wanted to talk about the Enneagram 4 in stress because school season is starting up again. Well, it has already started up, but this video is just coming out late. But it's been a long time since I've filmed. I've been missing, I've been slacking, but I'm back. So, I'm definitely not licensed in the Enneagram, but I am serious about maybe going into that profession one day of life coaching. So, it's a big part of my homeschooling, and but just keep in mind, I'm not a professional. I don't claim to be, but I do have experience being an Enneagram 4 myself. So, the Enneagram 4 is the individualist. They are often referred to as the creative central on the Enneagram, and they are part of the heart and shame triad, if you will, which consists of 2, 3, and 4. If you don't know a whole lot about the Enneagram, I'm sure you can look up Enneagram Basics and find it anywhere. This is a little bit more advanced. So, if you know anything about the Enneagram, one of the things you might have learned is that each number has 2 lines to 2 other numbers. So for the Enneagram 4, it would be a line to 2 and a line to 1. And the type 1 is called the perfectionist. They have a very strong sense of right and wrong usually, and are very organized, and but in a stage of unhealthiness, they can be really critically minded of others. And I found this quote one time. It was, perfectionists are the true optimists, because they hope that they can be good enough, or they can be, if they just have the right ideal world in their head, they can bring it out into reality, And the type 2s are called the helpers, and they're helpful. The way they cope with their shame, like in the heart triad, and to feel their worth, they a lot of times will neglect their own needs to satisfy the needs of others. A healthy 2 will, of course, take care of themselves while simultaneously acting in their 2 giftings of loving others. The type 3 is called the performer or the achiever, and they are very goal-oriented, and some 3s, in an unhealthy place, they'll step on whoever's dreams to get there. They're very competitive and aggressive. So then that leaves the type 4 again. I had to go ahead and tell you all those numbers because the 4 streams from each of those, including the type 5, but we'll go into that territory some other time, and I'll talk more deeply about the wings. But the stress line for 4 is to the type 2, and their growth line is to the type 1, and then they have a 3 and a 5 wing. And I definitely saw this in myself last year. I was just tired of wearing that shame and just not knowing what to do with myself, so I just became more aggressive. So I think I was a bit of a wing 3 at that time, and I was really acting in that 2 stress because I just didn't know what to do. So I was like, well, I just gotta go out there and get that friend or get that boyfriend or whatever. And I feel like a thing that a lot of people will neglect on the Enneagram, because they'll say you have a growth line and a stress line, but the more and more I've been researching it from professional Enneagram coaches is you can get stagnant in that growth number, and you can use that stress number as a motivator. It's definitely one of the less talked about because I feel like from a daily point of view, if the 4 goes to 1, they're checking stuff off to-do lists, they're being productive with their day. And if they're stressing in the 2, they are neglecting their own needs. So what does it mean to be stagnant in the growth number? Well, this happened to me a couple years ago. I got stuck in this constant unhealthy type 1 state of mind because I felt like the world was just crumbling around me, and so I became so critical and judgmental of other people, and I just wanted to be alone. I was not myself. And so as I was going to this type 1, I thought I was an Enneagram 5 for a while because of how cold I was. That's not to say type 5s are cold. They can be very nurturing and loving at that time. So I was just stuck in, instead of being critical about myself, though, it was outward. So I felt like I was superior and I had it all together, and all these people just didn't get it, I had the right way of doing things, and I was so obsessive about it, So nowadays, I'm able to look at that and identify that if I don't stay aware and if I build up my walls, I might go back to that place again. So now I look at my type 1 line and go, okay, you still need to hold yourself together as an emotional 4, So that's where it's really helpful, and you can grow in that. More on that another day. Yeah, the 4 and stress. It's very interesting. And another thing that the 4s can do for stress is they'll get stuck in that darkness because my friends, it becomes comfortable after a while to sit in sadness. And what that does is it sort of sets you away from disappointment on a subconscious level, because you just think, if I'm already sad, it's hard to make me sadder. And something that I've realized by watching a very very capable life coach, I can't think of his name at the moment, but he's amazing. I will have to link one of his videos at the bottom of this. He is amazing. Go check him out. He was saying how 4s will maybe sometimes get too comfortable in that melancholy state that they will neglect the thing that's truly bothering them, like the fear of abandonment or the fear of rejection. And whenever I heard that, my eyes just opened up, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, that is just the ultimate 4 coping strategy that I also don't hear very much for people to talk about. And it was just, this makes so much sense. Like, So I want to caution you other 4s out there from the love in my heart, don't settle for sadness. I know it's easier said than done, though. And let's see, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yes. So then so if you know how wings work, you can stem from either number from your right or left of your core type. I thought I heard somebody singing outside. I have my window open, because it's fall. Anyway, so as a 4, you can take on stress and negative qualities as well as good qualities from your wings. So stressing in the 3 would look like becoming more competitive, and I'll have to go into 4 subtypes eventually as well, because that would also affect this. But if you rely heavily on your wing 3, I want to caution you that you'll probably be more competitive than other 4s, and subconsciously punish other people for the maybe the emptiness or just the misplacement that you feel inside. So you'll just outwardly express it even if you're not emotionally aware of it, which is also something that I saw in myself like this summer a little bit. It's because my subtypes is self-preservation primarily, and then the sexual 4. So, and I was seeing my 3 wing come out a little more, and I was going, okay, I will put this in the video too. Might as well. To stress in the Enneagram 5, the Enneagram 5 is the investigator. They're often very analytical and logical people, and they like concrete, hands-on information. So the Enneagram 5s can procrastinate by feeling like they don't have it all together before they like to have all the knowledge together before they present it in any way. Whereas on the 3 side, it's like, let's fake it till we make it, we got this, It's gonna be great, we're gonna get our goals, just keep focusing on the goal. I'll celebrate once I do this. No, okay, I'll celebrate whenever I do this. They're just fast moving. But the 5s, they're going, I know I've studied the Enneagram for years, but is it acceptable for my viewers? I've gotten both sides here. So, yeah, you can kind of take procrastination from that 5 and the stagnant, critical parts of the 1, the neediness that an unhealthy 2 would take, and the unhealthiness of the 3 of being overly competitive or just a little, I'm not going to say selfish, but just a little bit. And again, the unhealthy 3. The unhealthy one. I'm talking about those. And yeah, 4s, just caution yourself, see whenever you're wearing that shame and go, Jesus, take it off me, So, yeah, that's my overview of the 4 in shame. I hope this was an eye-opener for some of you. Maybe not. Hit that like and subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, persons.